For context, I have 6 siblings, 2 older sisters, 1 older brother, 1 younger brother, and 2 younger sisters. My older siblings and younger brother are my dad's kids, while my younger sisters are both my mom and dad's kids. Back in the early 2010s, my father went to jail for selling substance. While my dad was in jail, my mom cheated on him with some guy. They broke up when he got back, but remained friends due to the fact that my dad had cheated on her back in the day while she was pregnant with my little sister. He got a new girlfriend who didn't like my mom a few years later, and their relationship turned sour, separating me and my younger sisters from our older siblings. I, female, 17, used to be close with my sister, female, 23, a long time ago as we visited regularly. But, as one does, once she graduated, she left for the military for a few years, and once coming back, she wanted to travel. She goes around the world and posts it on her Instagram. She's been to Jamaica, Dubai, Dominican Republic, Aruba, and even the Bahamas. When she is at home, she'll try and take us places. Well, this time was no different. She called me to ask if me and our younger sisters wanted to go on a picnic. We excitedly said yes, and spent the next hour getting our hair done and getting dressed. Once the time she was supposed to come rolled around, I texted her asking if she was nearby. She didn't answer, but then texted that she wouldn't be able for some reason. Not gonna lie, I was disappointed. My mom was sitting on the couch and just said, "I told y'all she wouldn't come." Next time she asks y'all to come over, tell her no so she can be disappointed like she made y'all. I am not a spiteful person at all. I can't be mean even if I tried. It usually turns into some cringy kid roast like, "You're dumb," or something low. A few hours later, my big sister texted me saying her car had broke down and she had switched cars with her girlfriend, and if we still wanted to go on the picnic, here is where I may be the idiot. I texted her, "No, Mom said we can't go because she is mad at you." My mom was indeed mad at her, and I didn't lie or anything. I'm a bad liar, and I didn't want to just say no flat out because that may hurt her feelings. Later, my mom called me into her room to ask me what I told my big sister. I told her what I had said, and she replied, "Well, you might as well have told her everything else I said," while half joking. That night, my mom called me into her room angrily, made my stepdad leave the room, and told me to close the door. While we were alone in the room, she began to yell at me and curse me out. She told me I had no business telling my older sister that she was mad at her, and that even if it was true, that I didn't have to say that. I was holding back tears while confused because earlier she had no problem with it, but now she does? She told me that my older sister was texting her while hurt and asking her why she was mad. I left to cry in my room after. Am I the idiot? Now for a few comments before the update. You're the idiot. Wow, your mom is fucking mean. Stop turning into her. Then OP replied, "Thank you for the feedback. The last thing I want to turn into is my mom. On my profile, I've made other posts about her if you want more context as to what she is like." Comment 2. You're the idiot. Your mom is an idiot, and it sounds like forced you to be, turned you into one. But something's not adding up. It sounds like your sister had a valid reason for not being able to come, but texted to say that she wouldn't be able to come for some reason. When you found out that her car had broken down, but she found an alternate car, why didn't you just go to the picnic as previously agreed and you were looking forward to? Then OP replied, after she had texted me the reason why she wasn't able to come and asked if we still wanted to go, I asked my mom and she said no because she was mad at my sister. So that's what I told her. This isn't the first time I've told someone something my mom said, but this is the first time she's been upset about it. My mom has sheltered me and my sisters since we were born. We couldn't go out alone or do after-school stuff. I didn't get my first phone until I was 14, and I grew up with social anxiety. In school, if I told my mom that someone was being mean to me, she'd show up and make a scene. I didn't have many friends, and I'm sorta oblivious to some things. Comment 3. You're the idiot. You wanted to go on a picnic. She wanted to take you. Her car broke down, and she scrambled to find alternative transportation. You punished her for canceling for a completely legitimate reason, even though she went out of her way to make it all work. And your mom truly sucks for saying no without hearing the reason as to what actually happened. Then OP replied, "Thank you for the feedback. I actually told my mom that my sister's car broke down and that she had a different car, but my mom told me she didn't believe it and that my sister was lying. She told me that anytime my sister asks me and my younger sisters to hang out, to tell her no and make up a lie just to hurt her. I don't want to do that. I've never been able to stand up against my mom. I can't even leave the city for college once I graduate this year. Comment 4. Not the idiot. Your mom is a manipulative and abusive idiot. Comment 5. Listen, I'm an adult female who lived her whole life under a mother just like yours. I finally chose to walk away from her 9 years ago at the age of 35, and I mean I cut all ties. Your mom's a narcissist, and her behavior will get worse as she ages. Stand your ground, apologize to your sister, and strengthen that bond with your sister because your mom sounds pretty terrible. Now for the update. Last year, I, female 18, explained to my oldest sister why I couldn't go on a picnic with her. She canceled last minute after my little sisters and I were ready, which upset my mom. When my sister tried to reschedule, my mom refused because she was still mad. Initially, my mom didn't care about what I said, but after my sister texted her, she called me to berate me for mentioning it, saying it wasn't my business. Many people thought I spoke out of spite towards my sister, but that's not true. I generally let my sisters pick things first and struggle with insults, often crying when yelled at. I'm not egotistical, just socially anxious, even around family. I'm close to my 2 younger sisters, but feel awkward with my older siblings since we barely see each other. My mom is very protective of us, and although I'm technically an adult, I still feel scared going into stores alone. I don't have friends and have struggled to find a job after graduating because applying online feels intimidating, especially since my voice shakes when talking to strangers. I've only seen my sister 3 times since I made that post. Once after she made up with my mom, after Christmas, and at my graduation. I haven't seen her at all this year. Last year, she offered to hang out on Tuesdays when she was off, but rarely responds to my texts. On my birthday, she asked if I wanted money or a gift. I chose money but ended up receiving nothing. My youngest sister turned 16 recently, and my oldest sister didn't even send a birthday message. It's been over 5 months since I saw her, and I miss her. I spend my time at home watching movies, YouTube, and doing art, feeling sad and left behind. My other sister in Louisiana at least sends birthday wishes, but my oldest sister, who lives in the same city, makes promises to take us out and doesn't follow through. I know I'm not entitled to anything, but it hurts when promises aren't kept. Now for a few comments. I think your mom is really holding you back from being able to be an independent person. I know you experience social anxiety, and I feel like you haven't really had adequate practice at interacting with people for your age. You are an adult, but you are sitting at home feeling sad that your older sisters won't take you out or give you gifts. But you haven't told us anything about them. Are they much older than you? What are their financial situations and responsibilities like? I think you are lacking life experience that is giving you an unrealistic expectation of what a sibling relationship looks like between 2 adults. It should be more reciprocal. Because to be honest, I see you feeling alone and abandoned, but I don't really see you offering much to them except secondhand meanness from your mom. Then OP replied, in my old post, it explains things about her. My oldest sister is 6 years older than me. I couldn't put too many details because of the character limit, but my oldest sister lives in the same city, and my other big sister is in Louisiana. Comment 2, it seems like you are inadvertently being turned into your mom's flying monkey. Then OP replied, sorry, but what is a flying monkey? Comment 3, I think you need to apologize to your sister and tell her that you need advice in how to be independent from your mother. You are still very, very young. You need to leave that place, get out from under her thumb, learn a trade, start online if you have to. Computer science, coding, retail, something that gets you your own money. Open up your own bank account as soon as possible, and do not, absolutely do not let your mom co-sign, which means be a joint partner on the bank account or have access to your details. My advice sounds very off subject, but doing what I say will help in the long run if you have not done these already. Maybe seek therapy too. Do not allow your mother or your anxiety to hold you back. Comment 4. Please lay it all on the line with your sister. Tell her about your anxiety and feeling lonely and that you miss her. Ask her for advice on how to grow and leave your home, because you need to. She might not realize just how you feel, because I think your mom is telling her things you don't realize. Open up, because seriously, I think your mom is playing you guys against each other, and the only way to combat that is to be transparent. Hopefully, she can open herself up too. But even if she doesn't, please reach out to someone you know, a friend, or another adult in your family, your other older sister, someone you can trust to help you. Because honestly, I think your mom is trying to control you, and you need to discover yourself and branch out. Please try again with your sister, being as bluntly honest as you are here. Even if she doesn't help, also know that you are a great kid, and while it can seem scary getting out there, it can also be amazing. Good luck. Comment 5. Sounds like your mom has conditioned you to be afraid of the outside world so that she gets to make all your decisions for you. No wonder the older sisters don't want to come around. They know what they're up against. A narcissist who denies them access because of what exactly? A car breaking down, like cars do? Yeah, they have literally zero incentive to stay in your life, so I wouldn't expect that if I were you. It's not going to happen unless you truly break away from your mom, stop believing her lies and manipulations, and start getting a hold of your own life. But they know, just as we know, the likelihood of that happening. Your one sister had the right idea. Joining the military will shine that spine right up and get you out of your mother's clutches. Now for the next post. My ex and I divorced when he was about 12. She remarried when he was 14. I did when he was 16. I had an RSP set up for him. That's an education fund in Canada. As long as he went for post-secondary education, he could use the money for anything. I always told him that I was okay with him not going to university. That way I could use the money I had saved up for him to go to Belgium and buy some beer from monks that only allow you to buy one case. He knew I was joking, and he always played along. He wouldn't let me get his goat. When he got accepted to McGill, it was the proudest moment of my life. I took him out for a beer to celebrate his achievement and mourn the loss of my trip to Europe. My son was struck and killed by a drunk driver in March. I'm dealing with it. My ex is dealing with it. My wife has been nothing but my rock in this. She is holding me up. I was dealing with the funeral arrangements and everything when my ex came to talk to me about his money. She knew he had a scholarship and was just going to use the money for living expenses and an emergency fund. She asked me what I was going to do with it. I said I was going to do what I always said I would. I was going to Europe to drink beer. She asked if she could have it for her stepson. I thought about it and said no. Her husband is a decent enough person, but he made it clear that he wasn't responsible for any expenses for my son, beyond food and shelter and stuff, obviously. Like I said, he is decent. I said I was not going to do that. I was going to go drink beer in my son's honor. She says I'm wasting thousands of dollars, and I guess I am. I have to give back the government portion of the fund, but I don't care. My ex thinks I'm being stupid and irresponsible, wasting my son's money like this. I don't care. My son would laugh his ass off if he knew I actually did it. Now for a few comments before the update. Not the idiot. Sorry for your loss. I thought it was a clickbait title, but this is a sad fucking post. I hope you enjoy your trip and pour out some for your homie. It sounds like you guys had a good relationship. Then OP replied, thank you. Comment 2. From someone who lost her 15-year-old sister to a car accident. This really tore me up, way more than I thought it would. She was killed a month after her 15th birthday and had just been accepted to a private high school with a full-ride scholarship she had been trying for. The acceptance letter sat on her vanity in her room for years after. You are not the idiot, if anything, far from it. The ex-wife even asking is a huge one. Please go to Europe and celebrate his life. It's the only thing that should be done with that money. If you have a Venmo, Cash App, etc., I would love to also buy you a beer. I'm truly sorry for your loss. Then OP replied, thanks for the offer. I'm going to update when I'm there. I would appreciate it if you had one with me instead. Comment 3. My condolences. Your ex can ask for the money, but she shouldn't expect you to say yes, not the idiot. Then OP replied, that's the stuff I want. It is by lottery, so I probably will only try it at the visitor center. Comment 4. Hey OP, you're not the idiot, and I'm very sorry for your loss. I have some good news though. Recipes can only be transferred between siblings. Assuming that your son was not adopted by your ex's new husband, that means your son was not related to your ex's stepson in a way that would permit the transfer. Comment 5. Not the idiot. You're not wasting your money. You are celebrating your son's life and mourning your loss at the same time. I'm sorry for your loss, and I hope the trip is healing for you. Raise a glass to your son for all the internet strangers who are thinking of you. Now for the update. Hi everyone. We are on our way to the airport, and on our way to Barcelona. We will be going to Europe for a month. The visit to the monks at West Fletiron will be the last part of our trip. 2 reasons. I don't want to lug beer bottles all over Spain, France, Belgium, and Holland. Also, I am putting it off for as long as I can. For those of you that asked, my son's name is Ryan. He was an amazing kid. I don't know if he got his love of the microscopic world from me. I did teach him how to make his own sourdough starter, and I will be keeping his alive to make loaves and waffles with. His ashes are in our yard, on Mount Tremblant, on the shores of the St. Lawrence, and I will be taking some to Belgium. My grandfathers have many friends buried there, and I think they would approve. I thank everyone that offered to buy me a beer. And while I appreciate the offer, I'm pretty sure my liver and my wife would not have been happy with me. I will be with the monks on the week of June 23rd. If you would like to join me in a toast with your favorite drink of choice, I would love that more. I love knowing that people all around the world know about my son, and he would love knowing he was toasted in such a manner. I spoke with my wife, my ex-wife, her husband, and his son. I invited them to join us, at my expense, for the last week of my trip. My wife's stepson was friends with my son. I didn't know how close until we spoke. They are gaming buddies. They spoke almost every day playing online. He gave me a picture of my son I did not have. It is a picture of the two of them aged about 14-15 at my ex-wife's wedding to his father. My son looked great in his suit. I cried. He did too. We had a very awkward but heartfelt man hug. Then we laughed. They will be coming to say goodbye with us. After talking to my accountant and my lawyer, I was told that I could not have transferred him the value of the RISP. I have decided, after talking to my wife, that we are going to give him enough money to cover 1 year of tuition. Even after my trip, we will have money left over. I'm trying to do some good with it. I also said that he could call us anytime he needed, since he will be attending school close to us. So funny, he got accepted here, and my son was accepted there. I want to thank everyone who shared their condolences with me. I want to especially thank everyone that helped me plan my visit to Belgium. I know we won't see each other, but you were invaluable. I don't think I will have much to say after this. Maybe I will post an update after the trip. Now for a few comments. I love updates like this. Too many people here get wrapped up in this ultimate moral right. Recognizing you're not the asshole, but you are in a position to help others, and choosing to do so is a lovely way to be and something we should all aspire to. Comment 2. What a lovely update. I will put a reminder to have an adult beverage in honor of Ryan the week of June 23rd. Comment 3. I will toast you all on June 23rd. Comment 4. I think Ryan would be proud of you. Well done. Comment 5. Not often an update makes me cry, but this one got me. Enjoy your trip. Your son would be so proud of you. Now for the next post. I wouldn't post something so personal here, but this situation is spiraling so much that I'm not sure what actions to take. So I, male, 23, have a family member who recently lost their partner. I was told this by my brother, male, 36, and it was very recent that it happened. My family member lives overseas, so I can't meet them in person. I thought this was such a shocking situation for the family member, so I wanted to give her as much space as needed before offering my condolences. In my head, receiving such news would be traumatic and devastating to a person to the point they would be inconsolable. So I wanted to give her a few days before talking to her. When my brother found out, he started going on the offensive, saying that I was selfish, insensitive, and only thinking about myself rather than her, which I didn't understand. After a back and forth with him, I then blocked him with how he was talking to me. Other family members say he was wrong for attacking me, though my mom, despite fully agreeing with my decision, says in our family and culture, we usually respond immediately, such as within a day. I was not aware of this, and also it's not like I was going to wait a week or a month to respond, but only a few days after, to give my family member some breathing room. I have talked to my family member after, and she was grateful to me offering my condolences. But the whole interaction with my brother left me conflicted. Reddit. Am I the idiot for doing this? And am I the idiot for even putting this personal situation to the internet? Now, for the update. I managed to get a ticket to go to America to be there in person for the funeral, and I got to meet my auntie in person, and we talked and caught up about everything. The ceremony was beautiful. There were so many people in attendance for my auntie's husband, and everyone had something beautiful to say about him. My brother was also in attendance, and we were civil throughout the ceremony. During the burial, I glanced to see my brother and saw he was crying. That was the first time I've ever seen him cry, and it made me realize he was also mourning the death of our in-laws as well. He and our uncle-in-law were closer than I realized, so when he was lashing out, he was also emotional there. During the reception, I managed to talk to my brother, and he acknowledged he was wrong for lashing out at me and should have talked to me better. He's still a bit defensive, but at the very least, we're on the road to making amends, but we'll see. Outside of that, I got to know a lot of my relatives that I hadn't seen in a while and met some newer faces. In the end, if there was something to take out of this funeral, it's to be upfront with my family and to be there for them no matter what, and to truly express how you're feeling in that situation. Thank you to everyone who read this and gave some truly heartfelt advice. If you made it to the end of the video, comment what city you're watching from. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and have a great day.